Now we need to go ahead and do our flap master. We're going to make the flap for our clutch. My clutch is 10 by 6. I need to determine how far down I want the back of my flap to reach, and I'm going to let it go down about an inch. So what I want to do here is my first pin mark from my straighten score will be the 1 inch, and this is going to be the back of my flap. The next pin mark is going to be for how far I want the the bag when it's closed, how far the width of the top of my flap. And for that, I want it to be about an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter here, maybe an inch, yeah, inch and a quarter. I'm gonna go with, and then I need to determine how far down I want the front to go, and I'm thinking about 2.5 inches down would be nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that 2.5, and I'm gonna pin. Now I'm gonna go ahead and draw me some lines real quick between my pinholes. Find my pencil, line up your pinholes, another line, and then I need this one down here, and this is going to be the flap itself. So what we have here is the back, the top, and the front of my flap. Okay, now I need to go ahead and determine, I need to go ahead and get, since it's 10, I need to go ahead and measure out my 5, and I'm going to be cutting here 5 here, and then go down here and measure another 5 inches, and that will give me my 10. Then I'm going to line up my pinholes here and cut. Okay. Okay. Now I need to do the front of my back. And this is my flap here. This is just extra here, and we're going to cut when I get through shaping my flap. So the next thing I got to do is I want to shape my flap. Now the first thing, I don't want my flap to be even with my back edge here, a side edge. So I want to taper that in a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead, just a little bit, not much, but just to bring it away from the edge a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and cut that, and that's my back. And now I need to shape my front, and I'm just going to give it a nice, clean, simple shape. Nothing dramatic here. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this. And then I'm going to go ahead and unfold and cut on my final line here. Okay. Now I need to make some windows so that my flap, it will bend. And let me go down about 1/4 of an inch. That's about right here. And then I'm just going to go ahead and make some 1/4 inch windows, and that's 1/8 of an inch on each side, 1/8 here, and 1/8 here, 1/8, 1/8 here, and 1/8 here. Okay. Okay, and then we got to make an 1/8. This is our break. I'm going to make a break. This is our break here. This is the piece that's going to hold it all in place until we're ready to take out our window. Okay, now let me go ahead and draw that out for you real quick. And our top master flap will be finished. Okay. It's real simple. You can do anything you want with the back. You can shape it. You can do whatever you feel like doing that. It's a happy flap. If you've ever seen the guy that does the happy paintings, this is the happy bag, the happy clutch. And so we're going to go ahead and do this. Okay, and go ahead and draw those in. Okay, now we have our windows, and now we want to notch this so that when we line up our scores, we have something to go by. Okay. There's our flap. You want to name your flap, name of the pattern. This is the broken bottom clutch. Our grain is going to be this way because we want our bag to bend this way. I mean, our flap to bend this way so that it doesn't break. So, and that's going to be out of some 030, 040 flex. Okay, and so that's our flap master. And the next thing we need to do is make a quick lining for it, and we're finished with our flap. Paper here. Now what we need to do is to make our lining. So again, the first thing we're going to do is straighten our edge here real quick. Okay. Edge straight, and now we're going to make a line here, and I'm going to go ahead and pin 1/8 because I want to make my flap about 1/8 of an inch smaller. My lining stay 1/8 of an inch smaller than my master. So actually, I'm just go ahead and draw, and then I'm going to go up here to the top and line up my score lines and draw or trace my master. Okay. So let me get these. Whoops. You got to remember to put your pinholes in. Note where your pinholes are. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and draw those out. And these are going to be a little different because we're going to go all the way across, but I just wanted to mark them so they're in the same place. And I'm going to go all the way across with this one. It's not going to be a break because I'm actually going to leave these in. Okay. Okay. Now, I do want to note where my clamps are going to go. And so what I'm going to do is measure about 1/2 inch up and pin. And another 1/2 inch up and pin. That's going to give me enough room for my clamps. And then I'm going to go ahead and indicate where I want my clamps to go. There's about, I'm going to go about, my first one I'm going to get right here in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and, oops, not like that. My first one is going to be right here or my score line for my clamps. Then my second one is going to be over here, about 5/8. Going here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about right about here. Okay, there we go. And those are where my clamps are going to go. Okay, and then I need to mark about 1 inch up. Not 1 inch, about 3/4 of an inch maybe to a half. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8 up and pin. And this is where my magnetic snap is gonna go. So I'm gonna go ahead and put magnetic snap. Clamp. Clamp. And clamp. Okay. And that's my, and now I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out. First I want to cut this 1/8 off though, because it's got to be 1/8 shorter. So we might as well go ahead and cut this off. Okay. And now we pretty much have our lining stay for our flap. Okay. Unfold and cut. And that's our lining flap. You got your magnetic snap, you got where your clamps go, and these are going to be where your windows go. Okay, and that's it. And don't forget to name it. And then of course you want your grain to go in that direction. And broken bottom clutch, cut 1. Okay, and there you go. That's your flap master and your flap on the flap top and your flap lining.